So, President Trump spent most of his afternoon at Walter Reed Medical Center. It was his annual physical. In fact, he posted this earlier. I've never felt better, but nevertheless, these things must be done. Now, as we know, we watched him get on the plane there a few minutes ago. He's on his way to Florida, and we don't actually have an update on his physical just yet. But don't forget, for what it's worth, Trump's the oldest president ever to take office. And we just watched his predecessor, Joe Biden, go through some pretty significant declines during his 4 years in the White House. Now, the past, Trump's also faced questions, including questions about his cognitive health, and he tried to put some of those to rest back in 2020 in this interview. Take a look.
Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV. 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes later, they say, remember the first question? Not the first, but the 10th question? Give us that again. Can you do that again? And you go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Well, that answered that, of course. Biden's staff during his time had been accused of trying to cover up his decline, right? We did stories about it. A lot of people did stories about it. But here's the thing. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. Now, we go back to history. 1919, President Woodrow Wilson had a stroke, partially paralyzed him. His doctor and his wife, Edith, basically kept the whole thing secret, and it was the first lady who more or less filled in as president during that time. People didn't know about it, right? FDR got polio before being elected, but he was diagnosed with heart failure in 1944, and that was right before he launched his campaign for a fourth term in office at the time, and as we know, he died just a few months later. That was April of 1945. As for President Trump's health history, well, he famously got a medical exemption from the draft during the Vietnam War thanks to bone spur diagnosis. Now, the daughter of his podiatrist, who died in '07, recalled that he helped out the future president as a favor to Trump's dad at the time. And then there was the letter from Trump's doctor when he first ran for president in 2015, predicting he would be, quote, the healthiest individual ever to be elected to the presidency. Right. The doctor later admitted Trump himself dictated the letter. Of course he did. The doc. And as president, Trump caught COVID. This was serious in the fall of 2020, right after the debate with Biden. It was later revealed that he first tested positive days earlier before doing debate prep. And a bunch of people on his staff at the time, people on his team as well, got sick. And that included then ally Chris Christie.
So did this confirm for you that you did, in fact, get it for the president?
Oh, I think it's undeniable. Yeah. And Margaret, I was as close to him as you and I are to each other right now. I was playing Joe Biden. I was sitting right across from him.
Yeah, like I said, it was serious. Christie says he almost died in the ICU. As for today's checkup for Trump, we'll bring you any information as soon as they release it, but nothing yet. All right, we could. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.